Picture this. You are scrolling TikTok and suddenly an ad pops up, seamlessly blending into your digital experience. Have you ever wondered what stands behind that? Well, this is where the product marketing team, which I'm part of, steps in. As product marketing managers at TikTok, we are at the heart of creating solutions that not only captivate right audiences, but also drive real impact for performance advertisers. I'm super happy to be here today, having met so many cool people and heard so many great speeches. And I'm thrilled to share the journey that TikTok has gone through and how powerful an entertainment platform can be for app advertisers. As a former advertiser myself, I've dealt firsthand with all the frustrations of mobile marketing world. Constant creative fatigue, having clear reporting and measurement tools in place that will allow you to look at channels holistically. Not to mention all the privacy concerns that are on top of mind for the whole industry. At TikTok, we believe that adapting to changing consumer needs and behaviors is essential to thrive in today's dynamic landscape for brands and for networks like us. Just wondering, how many of you have TikTok on your phone? Just raise your hand. All right, I'm very happy to see that. For those of you who don't have an app, what are you guys doing for procrastination? For those of you who do have an app, I think we can all agree that the app gives you this immersive and entertaining experience, isn't it? What I find great about TikTok is that For You page is super tailored for your interests and for your behaviors. I'd say we all have some sort of intensity happening in For You pages. I'm the one heavily invested into ASMR. I never knew how much I love sounds before I got the TikTok. And we know that our users trust us. 76% of users watch whatever the recommendation system suggests to them. And we also know that we are home for app audiences who are engaged and ready to take action. 69% of our users are likely to download an app or follow a brand, according to the Conta research. In the last few years, TikTok has been moving with the speed of light. Just 1 year alone, we launched more than 90 products from branding and performance side of our business. That's a pretty large number to do for any product company, in fact. And we did this keeping creativity at the core of everything, because that's what fuels us. It is our superpower. I want to walk you through with a few most important and biggest and my favorite updates. The challenges of attribution and measurements have become increasingly apparent for our advertisers. And our clients want to know what role TikTok plays in the user journey, and also, ultimately, what value we bring to their businesses. TikTok has become a self-attributing network to address this need, so that our clients can have more clarity and also can make smarter budget decisions. But the journey towards a comprehensive measurement framework does not really end there. It just starts there. Last year, we also launched first-party conversion lift study to allow our customers to see real impacts of TikTok and also measure incrementality. Our client Bolt, who have been advertising with us for more than 4 years, was ready to do a conversion lift study with us. And by the way, they were one of the first one in Europe and UK to do this. The CLS campaign was hugely successful. And it revealed that 95% of all conversions coming from TikTok are incremental. In the second part of our presentation today, we will have a fireside chat with Bolt, and we'll talk a bit more about measurements, creative strategy, and also generally what makes them such a cool and successful brand on TikTok. We know that producing TikTok-first creatives is really challenging, and it's even more challenging to find the creative partner. Let me introduce you to TikTok Creative Exchange Program. Think of this as a one-stop shop for all things creatives. It connects you to trusted creatives, to trusted creative partners who know the secret recipe of success. And you can make TikTok-first creatives at scale. Pratt, our customer, was one of the first ones to try TikTok Creative Exchange Program last year. Their campaign was aimed to boost subscriptions in their app. It was very impressive, and it resulted in a minus 89% decrease per CPA. In this case, CPA is cost per unique subscriber, so pretty successful campaign. So you're probably wondering what's coming next for TikTok, what we're going to be doing or launching. As I said, we launched so many things, and especially last year, it helped us to learn, we iterated and evolved along the way. We called 2024 the year of responsiveness, because in such a dynamic landscape, responsiveness emerges as the only mindset to have to tackle these challenging times. Responsiveness isn't just a choice anymore, it is a necessity. Our main goal for our product launches will stay the same. We want to make it easy for our clients to grow their businesses on TikTok. And we will do this via these 3 guiding principles. The first one, automation. We want to make advertising as efficient as possible from planning to optimization stage and allow more time for user acquisition managers to dedicate to something else. The second principle is vertical solutions. We saw that TikTok works, and in 2024, we are doubling down for all our solutions to tailor them a bit more and for different verticals, such as e-commerce, entertainment, travel, and all these businesses whose monetization model is subscription. Last but not least, innovation through creativity. Innovation is in our DNA. It is just simply who we are. And we're constantly trying to find ways how to redefine the world of video advertising. And so in this year, we are going to simplify the process for creative production even further, leveraging the power of creative AI. So we are super excited for the future, and I hope you are excited too. We are committed to make big investments into our products so that our clients can enjoy and scale further. TikTok is built to perform, and TikTok is built for you. Thank you so much for your attention. And now we're coming to the most exciting part of our presentation. Help me welcome Savannah and Anastassia on the stage.
Hi, everyone. I'm Savannah Smith, and I lead the apps and services team at TikTok here in the UK. I've been at TikTok for the past 4 years, helping brands build and scale their app strategies on the platform. I know this is the last session of the day, so please do bear with us, but I'm really excited to host a fireside chat with one of our longstanding clients, Bolt, to hear about their scaling journey on the platform and how they've used impactful entertainment to drive results for them as a brand. So without further ado, I'm honored to introduce Anastassia, who manages global performance marketing for Bolt Riders. Thanks so much for joining us today, Anastassia.
It's good to be here. Hi, guys.
And to kick off, can you give us a quick intro of what you do at Bolt and how your team works with TikTok?
Sure. So we have been running performance marketing activities with TikTok for a few years now. It has been quite successful, I might say. I specifically look after riders side of the Bolt app. So we have, the riders, the drivers. We have Bolt Food, scooters, pretty much like a lot of different verticals, and I focus specifically on riders, so we're going to focus on that bit today as well. We have been working with TikTok for quite a few years now, like I said, and it has been like a really great partnership. Bano is actually sitting right across me right now. It has been a really great collaboration so far. Marlene, Remo for the drivers and the Bolt Food team are here as well. Hi. And they can also vouch for what I'm saying right now. Like, it's been really, really great collaboration. So thank you, guys.
Amazing. We love to hear that. And I think it's been so exciting to see so many different lines of business find success on TikTok as well. And I think to that point, in terms of your initial strategy, we've always seen Bolt as a challenger brand on the platform. You were actually one of the first apps to launch a performance campaign way back in 2020. And that was actually the same year that TikTok Ads Manager launched. That was very early days. Can you share what helped Bolt drive that initial performance on TikTok to acquire new customers and riders at the time?
Sure. I mean, pretty much from the get-go, we have seen quite good performance on TikTok for riders. We have started with conversion-based campaigns. We were especially focused in the beginning on the Western and the Northern European markets, which, as you can guess, for Bolt are predominantly iOS-based. And actually, iOS and scan campaigns for us in general have worked quite well on TikTok. So at least on the attributed level, from the beginning, we have seen like really good results. And that's what kind of like helped us stick with TikTok as a channel. In terms of our strategy with TikTok, I'd say we're very, very UGC focused. That's how we started. That's how we are right now. Bolt, actually, you may not know this, but like Bolt has frugality as one of the core kind of like missions and things that we follow, in a sense that we even sometimes have Bolt employees and our ads. Like, we try to launch ads and the creators like very quickly, as cheaply as possible, and at scale. And we kind of continue to have this sort of strategy going forward. So that's been at the heart of our TikTok strategy so far.
Amazing. And we'll definitely touch a little bit more on creative strategy later in the chat, but I think it's really kind of holding your mission true to your creatives as well that's helped you achieve that success. And I guess going back to that initial performance and then where you are now as a brand on TikTok, how has your team kind of evolved that strategy to really go from growth to scale mode on the platform?
Sure. So, like I said, we were very like conversion focused in the beginning, right? And then in recent half a year, I'd say we have started to run more upper funnel campaigns. There is a few reasons for that. So like, first of all, we started to sort of like max out our initial audiences, which is really a shame because we've seen that they actually perform really well for us. So for us, running more upper funnel campaigns was actually a way to sort of extend that good performance that we see. Especially markets which are quite mature for us, or in markets where we're really in a growth mode and there's also like business pressure to continue growing. Like Bolt is live like with the Riders app in 40+ market. I want to say probably we're going to add another market next week. I don't know, it happens so fast. So yeah, I'd say upper funnel campaigns really like give this extra opportunity to really scale our performance there.
Okay, amazing. So diversifying your TikTok strategy has really helped. That's great.
Yeah.
And I know that that might be a bit of a new concept for some pure play performance brands in the room as well. Typically, performance brands can be hesitant to run upper funnel campaigns. They don't know if they actually see the value on their bottom line as well. So can you share what changed perceptions internally to kind of start looking towards a full funnel strategy? And have you actually seen the launch of those upper funnel campaigns have an impact on your bottom line and overall TikTok performance?
Sure. I think we came to a very may sound weird, like a very basic realization that you don't necessarily need to run conversion-based campaigns to see conversions. So actually the upper funnel, like especially for universal products like Bolt, Bolt is quite an accessible product. Everyone needs to like move around the city. Like, it's not a very niche category. So we realized that actually the users that we'll be hitting with our reach campaigns are going to be quite similar to the users that we're going to reach with our conversion-based campaigns. I'm not saying that it doesn't matter. It doesn't apply to like every brand, of course, but for Bolt, this has really worked. Of course, we need to validate reach campaigns. We have a really talented and well-equipped MarTech and analytics team at Bolt who help to like validate the results that we see from the reach campaigns. And actually, like we have examples from like last year and this year, like Germany, France, Czech Republic, especially for iOS, right? Like iOS is insanely hard to track and to really know what the campaign performance actually is like. In these markets, we've seen really good results, and tracking the performance in the backend together with like MMM, incrementality measurements. You know, you have heard guys from Monzo and Flixbus actually talk about those earlier in the sessions today. So this has sort of helped us to really get the business case going for running more upper funnel and reach campaigns, I would say.
Amazing. And it's great to hear that the brand has been daring enough to try a new strategy, but the results are actually being validated as well, both internally, but also through TikTok's measurement as well. So I think that's actually a really great segue, just in terms of kind of impact and measurement. Obviously, as Bolt has scaled up on the platform, it's been really important to know what the true value TikTok is bringing and the ROI as well. So Julia shared the really exciting case study that we did with your team. We mentioned that Bolt was one of the first brands in Europe to measure campaign success with our conversion lift study. So what value has the conversion lift study brought to your team? And how has the product supported the ongoing measurement approach on TikTok for you?
So conversion lift study, or CLS, as we normally call it, kind of helps us get this like more rounded idea of our performance. So like I said, we rely on incrementality measurements. We rely on the mixed, like the MMM models, right? We also rely on CLS, and like CLS actually helps us to get this more like holistic view of what performance is actually looking like. Also CLS, you know, like running incrementality measurements and like building MMM is actually a very, very resource heavy task. It requires like the best brains in the industry, you know, in the marketing analytics space. So it's not something that necessarily like performance marketing team can do as well, right? Like this is not our immediate skill set. So the fact that TikTok can actually support us with CLS is it actually gives us really, really great value. And yeah, it's definitely something that we'll keep using in the future as well. But in terms of what it actually gives Bolt, I would say we use it for two main reasons, right? So, like I said, we're present in 40 markets. Some of the markets are quite mature. So, for instance, I don't know, South Africa, Baltics, a lot of the markets in like the Central and Eastern Europe. So, in these markets, we start to hit diminishing returns at some point, you know, because like the audience is not infinite. You start to maybe see slightly lower returns on investment as soon as you hit a certain budget threshold, and actually running CLS helps us establish that. And again, this is also another reason why we're doing more of the upper funnel campaigns, right? Coming back to the question about the running more reach campaigns. So this is for the mature markets. Whereas we still have markets where we're really in a very high growth mode to this day. So running CLS and kind of like meaning like incrementality experiments, of course, as well, helps us establish that sort of like the level of investment that we should be kind of running with, and it gives us this indication, okay, right, we're running with this level of budget, but how many users are we getting out of this? Does it actually make sense to scale even higher if we see the value in these campaigns? So I'd say CLS is quite a useful product in that sense, and I'm really excited. I was really excited when Banu, like our rep from TikTok, actually told us that there is now going to be like a unified conversion lift, if I'm not wrong, which looks at reach and conversions together. I feel like I'm promoting your products right now. I'm not doing this on purpose. I swear, I'm just actually really excited to test this out, hopefully next week. Let's see. Yeah, but like, so basically, a unified lift study will look at reach and conversions together. And because we are scaling our campaigns so much, this is actually quite a useful product to test out. So like, we're really excited for that.
Absolutely, yeah. I think it'll be really key to kind of further prove the value of these full funnel campaigns. But again, it's great that you have both internal and our measurement on hand to really scale up. So we're excited to continue building that into the test and learn strategy this year. So thank you for the valuable insight. And obviously, let's move on to creative, because creative is king on TikTok, and it's really essential to the performance of any campaign. And we hear a lot that brands don't know where to start with their creative strategy on TikTok or how to build TikTok first. But it really does seem like Bolt has cracked the code in terms of this across so many different markets in terms of localization and really kind of, just like you said in the beginning, staying true to your values and staying native. So can you share more about how Bolt has approached creative strategy, especially creative pipeline and volume across so many different markets as well?
Sure. I think what's great about TikTok, and not just for big businesses like Bolt, but also for like small to medium ones, is the fact that you don't need to invest in high production creatives. You can pretty much shoot creatives on your iPhone or whatever phone you have. You can shoot creatives on your phone and then just tweak them a bit. And then actually TikTok does provide some tools within the ads manager as well to kind of pimp your creatives a little bit and like make them look nicer, more native to TikTok. So it seems like a bit more seamless to the user. So I think that's like the threshold of entering TikTok as an advertiser is actually quite low, and I mean it in the best way possible, of course. That's one thing. And then in terms of how Bolt actually tackled this, so we kind of have a twofold approach when it comes to creatives, right? So we have the central team who sits in HQ, which is in Estonia and Tallinn. That's where Bolt is from, if you didn't know. So we have the central team. So we actually have creative within performance marketing team. So we have people who deal specifically with performance creatives. So they allow us to create new assets at scale, get them localized for the different markets. We're running like, I don't know off the back of my head like how many markets we're actually running with. We run a lot of campaigns right now, like multiple per market, at least like 15 markets on TikTok, like to say the least. So we have the central team, but also at the same time, we have local markets as well who produce their own content, which is a bit more native to that specific country, which I guess gives a bit more of like local context as well, right? So not everything that we produce centrally will feel completely relevant to like every single market where we launch that creative. So like we try to tackle this both from the perspective of like operating centrally, very fast, at scale, at the same time giving power to the local markets and kind of giving them the opportunity to have this like initiative and create their own assets. And this kind of balance has worked out like really well for us actually so far.
Yeah, amazing. I mean, you guys make it look easy because there's a lot going on behind the scenes, but your creative pipeline has been really strong.
We have a lot of really good and talented people at Bolt, so yeah.
Yeah, amazing. And I know that you've also participated in our creative exchange program as well. So can you speak to that a little bit, just in terms of how that's maybe helped kind of your creative production and volume and the performance as well that it's been able to drive for your campaigns?
Yeah, definitely. We have used the TikTok creative exchange program quite extensively, I would say. And we have, I believe we were like among the, one of the first advertisers to try it out.
Sounds about right.
Yes, I mean, it definitely like provides value because again, if there's one thing that we learned about TikTok is that less is not more, more is more. Like you definitely need to have as many creative assets as you can, like as many as humanly possible. Not focus too much on like the quality or trying to make it look perfect. Like you need high volume. Yeah. And actually the TikTok Creative Exchange really helped us tackle that challenge because especially in the beginning, like creating UGC content sometimes can be a bit resource heavy, and it's really nice to have that extra help from TikTok. And also you guys have like a lot of agencies that you work with, and you get to pick a partner with whom you actually have like quite good chemistry. And then you work with them again and again, and it's kind of like you have this like really good working relationship already, like towards the end. So like it's definitely something I would recommend to the other advertisers.
Yeah, really happy that's been successful for your team. And I think one of the reasons why too is it's allowed you to just kind of test different iterations, whether it's a CTA or a hook, and really figure out what works well for the brand, especially on the performance side. But of course, as you're going upper funnel, that's really useful as well. So I think we have time for just one more question. So if there are any app advertisers in the room who are maybe struggling with their creative performance or strategy, what piece of advice would you give to them?
I would say, okay, I don't want to repeat myself, but I'm going to have to, that don't focus too much on trying to make your creatives look perfect. Go after the volume and just try to have as many in as possible. And again, like TikTok's team has been so far like really accommodating and like really useful to like consult with if we're like not really sure about the creatives or if there's something we can improve. Like they're always like happy to help. So I guess like the fact that we have such a good relationship has definitely been paramount in making things work. And I would say, yeah, just experiment and have fun. That's what the platform is literally all about. So.
Yeah, inspire creativity and bring joy. Love
Definitely.
that. But thank you so much. We've covered a lot of ground in terms of how to scale on TikTok, what a robust measurement strategy looks like, going full funnel, and also being daring from a creative standpoint as well. So really looking forward to seeing what's in store for 2024 for Vault and TikTok.
Likewise.
So thank you so much for your time, and thank you to everyone in the audience for listening as well.